up, gang? Hey, man, this your boy CJ. Hey, another banger. This one is actually from Andrew Tate, so make sure you watch this one to the very end. I threw a ton of gold nuggets in there. I just kind of sprinkled them out throughout the whole video. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, if you haven't done so already, jump into CLG. It is only $48 a month, less than $500 a year with a 20% discount. And you also get a free 101 call with me once you jump in. Just jump in, send me a DM. We set up a 101. I can help you with what you got going on specifically in your life. And without further ado, let's just jump right into this video.
Women love who protect and provide for them, whether they're the French soldier or the German soldier, sir. Women love when they get what they want. That's it.
You need
So there's no loyalty. Loyalty doesn't exist.
Loyalty, what I'm trying to say here, and any man who's been to divorce or had problems with women will agree with me and understand exactly what I'm saying. Women are loyal to how they feel. If you make them feel a certain way, then they're loyal to that feeling, which is loyal to you. Women aren't loyal to anything outside of how they feel. Men actually are more loyal than women because men, like I said, can suffer gracefully. Women can't. Men will be loyal to a society. Men will be loyal to a race. Men will be loyal to their friends. Women can't even get along for 5 minutes amongst themselves. Men will be best friends for 50 years. Men are loyal. We know loyalty completely. We'll go die in a ditch for a flag. You want to talk about loyalty? Men are loyal. Women aren't loyal. Women are, how do I feel today? You can take a woman on a private jet to a mansion in Miami and have the best time. She'll tell you how much she loves you. And then the next day when she's mad at you, she will literally say verbatim, you never give me anything. You don't take care of me. You reject me. I'm not looked after. She'll forget 12 hours before where she had the world. Because women are only care about how they feel. They don't even think. They just feel. And what they feel is absolute gospel truth, and it matters more than society.
Whether you love or hate him, he does have a point. You know what I mean? And what I mean by he has a point is he's accurate with women are more loyal to their feelings than to the relationship, right? If a woman doesn't feel like she loves her man anymore, or she doesn't feel happy, or she doesn't feel, aroused or whatever the case in a relationship, a lot of times that woman would check out of that relationship. Now, will she leave the relationship? Now, that's where I believe that Tate can be a little bit off, because a lot of times a woman won't actually leave the relationship until she has found somebody else, or until she has another guy in mind that's actually taking her serious. Because a lot of girls know the difference. They know the difference between the guy that's just hooking up with them, or they know the guy that's like really actually trying to like date them. You know what I mean? And they gotta like that guy back. So like, for example, a lot of guys don't understand that, yeah, when women get divorces and stuff like that, a lot of times they get divorces is because there's another guy in the picture. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to end up with that guy. But for some reason, they just really like this other guy, and they think that they're going to end up with this other guy. So then they'll divorce their husband, and then they'll try to, let this guy know, hey, I'm divorced now, whatever the case is. And then maybe after that guy hits, he might not ever try to take them serious because he knows she's the type of girl to leave. And now they're just stuck single. Very rare, and women say that they do this, but very rare do women leave a relationship without another guy somewhere around. Whether it's a guy friend, whether there's always a guy that she has her sights set on. You know what I mean? That's everything that her husband is not, or her boyfriend is not, or whatever the case is. Now, for her to leave the relationship and just be really single, I'm not saying that this is not possible, but this happens. In order for her to leave the relationship and just be 100% single, and no other guy is around, and no other guy is basically pursuing her or nothing like that, she must really, 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 really feel dissatisfied within the relationship. She must really feel like, dang, I have zero respect for this guy. That's basically what it comes down to. If she rather be alone than to be with you, you just, everything you do, you just keep lowering your respect. Because a woman will stick it out in a relationship, and a woman will stick it out for a very long time in a relationship with a guy that she does not love. So in terms of that type of loyalty, a woman will stick it out. In that case, if she doesn't have your replacement lined up, or she doesn't feel like, you know what I mean, like there's another guy that she's more interested in, because she would rather be with you than to be alone. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm just giving the real raw, the truth of the matter. But he does have points, because the point that he is making is women are loyal to their feelings. That is the truth. Because a lot of you guys think that being in a relationship with a woman is actually a win. But is it really a win if you protecting, providing, doing all this stuff, helping her pay her bills, giving her, insight, giving her emotional stability, giving her all of this stuff just for her to not even be having sex with you? Like, is that really a win? You know what I mean? Because that's what happens in a lot of cases. A lot of guys, they'll be in a relationship with a girl that does not love them no more, and she'll stick it out. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I see Tate being wrong. I've seen girls stick it out in a relationship with a guy that they don't love because they haven't found the guy that they do love yet. But they just sticking it out. They don't like this guy, but they'll stick it out in a relationship. But inside of that relationship, the guy doesn't get all of her. The guy doesn't even get to have sex with his own wife. And if he does, he gets what we call pity pussy. So a lot of people don't understand what pity pussy is. Pity pussy is very lackadaisical. Like, she doesn't really want to do it, but it's been 6 months and she knows you really want it and whatever the case is. So she's just like, okay, turn over, make it quick, type. You feel me? Like, nothing extravagant. She can't wait for it to be over. She doesn't come. She just doesn't care. She doesn't care about you. She doesn't care about the relationship. She doesn't care about anything. She's probably on Instagram scrolling, looking at guys that are better bodies than you, taller than you, bigger than you, wishing and dreaming that they'll be with her, things like that. So that's what I call pity pussy. That's what I call really a pity relationship. Those relationships do exist. These are the relationships where you get the guy that's like, I've been married to my wife for 15 years and we haven't had sex. I mean, is she in the relationship still? Yes. But is she really in the relationship? Not really. Because what she's really doing is she's sucking this guy dry out of his resources, or she's getting her benefits out of the situation. But he's getting little to nothing. I mean, I guess you can say he's getting some type of female companionship, or I guess he can just, say that, well, at least I'm not alone. But at the end of the day, he's losing, like, really bad. You know what I mean? I guess some guys, they are so used to being turned down by the opposite gender, because I've ran across guys that I've helped out that, they weren't getting laid for years. I've ran across guys that hooked up with one girl in 4 years. I've ran across these guys. Like, I didn't think it was possible. I've never went a year with just only hooking up with one girl. It's nothing like that. But I didn't think it was possible. But I've ran across guys where they'll go 4 years, 3 years, 4 years. And it's not from lack of trying. It's from lack of skill. So when they do finally get a hold of a girl, they hold on to her and they just can't let her go, because they know that if they lose this girl, they're going to go on the longest drought unknown to man. Because little to no girls want this guy, actually. You know what I mean? Little to no guys actually want this guy. And if they do want him, they're not giving him any opportunity or whatever the case is. Or he's getting the girls that like him, but he's not approaching them, or he's just not sticking to the process to the T. Because that's what the process does. The process, basically, if you really want to break it down, the CLG process, what it basically does is it gives you the skill set that is needed, that when you do run across the girl that you actually meet her minimum attraction threshold, that she actually likes you, that if you stick to that process and you don't make any mistakes, you're going to increase your chances significantly to hook up with her, get in a relationship with her, and have her obsessed with you. But the more mistakes that you make, the more your respect lowers in her eyes. Now, if you're a super alpha guy, tall, ripped, money, this, you can make more mistakes. That's why you will see a tall, ripped guy talking about I'm just friendly with girls. Oh, I just text funny, goofy stuff all the time. Oh, I just do this, do it. Yeah, he can get away with that because he has higher levels of respect from that girl. But if you were to do what that guy did, you would lose. You would lose that girl. And I've seen it where the taller, more attractive guy, he does all that goofy shit, but he doesn't get the most out of the girl. He doesn't get the girl obsessed. He doesn't get the girl triple texting him. He doesn't get the girl chasing him around and begging to give him a blowjob, begging to give him some of her coochie. She's begging him to do it. And a lot of guys have not figured that out or have not experienced that. So when somebody says something like that, they be like, man, that's cap. That's cap, man. I ain't never seen a girl beg a guy for some. No, it's not. Jump into the CLG community. Look at the text messages. We got guys inside of the community showing receipts where the girl is like, why aren't you picking up? I just want to suck it. I just want to hook up with you. Why are you not answering me? Yes, that's a real thing. It's really real. I've had several situations, long voice notes, text messages, all types of stuff. Girls just begging to see me. Begging to see me. Begging. You get where I'm coming from? So that's what it is. You feel me? That's what it is. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? So what I always try to tell guys, like for real, like, yes, Tate is not lying. Tate is saying that the girl is basically she's more loyal to her emotions and her feelings than she is to a man, which is true, which is 100% true, which is why the man that can get the most emotions out of her is the man that she is obsessed with, right? And a lot of you guys think that, a lot of you guys try to avoid getting the bad emotions out of a chick, but a lot of guys don't understand that even the bad emotion is a emotion, and it does work in your favor if you know how to play it. See, a lot of you guys don't understand that having your chick mad at you or angry with you or whatever the case is, if you play it right, she becomes more obsessed with you. Anger, jealousy, envy, all these damn emotions that you can bring out of a girl, which you really see. A lot of guys, like a lot of girls, they'll listen to my not a lot of girls, very few girls, but a girl will listen to my content and she'll think that I'm like playing, like I'm doing something to bring out of emotion out of a chick. This is the thing. You can't force an emotion out of somebody else. The emotions are that person's responsibility. So for example, somebody can cut me off in traffic. It is my decision to get angry. Somebody can cut me off in traffic. It is my decision to get angry. You get what I'm trying to say? Now, that person's actions may have triggered it or whatever the case is, but at the end of the day, if I don't get angry, I don't get angry. You get what I'm trying to say? So that person can't force emotion out of me. All that person can do is just be an asshole. You get what I'm trying to say? But it doesn't force me to get angry. You get what I'm trying to say? It does not force. So a person can't force emotions out of another human being. That's one thing that I did want to clear. Another person cannot force. You cannot force emotions out of a girl. You cannot do it. You get what I'm trying to say? There are things that there are things you can do to trigger emotion, right? But here's the thing. Here's what guys don't understand about emotions in general, right? Especially with women. Even bad emotion is still a good sign because it shows that she actually cares. What do I always tell you guys on this channel? It's a saying that I always say. You only hate who you love. Which is the truest saying ever. You can only hate who you love. If you hate a man, if a girl hates a man, she secretly loves that man. And everybody wants to fight back when I say this. You only can hate who you love. Because think about this. Love is a very, 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 very deep affection towards a person or whatever. Or I forgot the word that was used. But basically it's a deep like. It's like you like somebody very, 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 very deeply. You know what I mean? You're very fond of somebody, right? That's the definition of love, right? So if that's the definition of love, right, which is a very deep like, a lot of people think that the opposite of love is hate. That's not true. You only can hate who you love, right? It's on the same spectrum. Hate and love is on the same spectrum. The opposite of love is being indifferent. Look it up. The opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is being indifferent. Meaning that if she's indifferent, meaning she doesn't give a fuck what you do, like she has no emotions, that's when you lost her. Like, imagine you walk up to a girl, you cold approach a girl, you say hi to her, you try to have a conversation with her, she looks at you, turns her back, she has no emotions, she doesn't even see you as a human being. That is a scary place for you to be in. When she's indifferent, that means that she's done. But if she's angry, sad, mad, whatever, she's still in love, bro. Like, this is some deep psychology stuff that I'm trying to teach you guys, because my channel teaches you female nature down to the T, and it teaches you in the CLG community. I teach you how to effectively get girls consistently by using the CLG process, right? But on the channel, we talk about female nature on a very deep level. Getting emotions out of a girl, and this is what a lot of guys are afraid of. They're afraid of getting the negative emotions out of the chick. They're afraid, oh, I can't do that. What if she gets mad at me? What if she gets angry? What if she hates me? But a real G understands that if she hates you, gets mad, gets jealous, gets angry, she really loves you, low-key. That's a good place for you to be in. You get what I'm trying to say? If your girl or a girl that you're dealing with is getting angry, upset, or mad at you, or frustrated with you, or whatever the case is, that is actually better than no emotion at all. Because once she's indifferent, it's over. So what Tate is really saying is girls are more loyal to their emotions about how they feel about you. But guys get it twisted because they think that when Tate is saying a line like this, that they only want good emotions. The guy that she really is obsessed with brings her a wide range of emotions, both good and bad. If you keep just trying to spark good emotions out of her, that's when you lose her. You get what I'm trying to say? Because after a while, she's going to become indifferent. And once she's indifferent, there ain't no turning back. Or maybe there's some turning back. Maybe if you follow the CLG process, every now and again, you can get it back. But for the most part, ain't no turning back. If she really becomes indifferent, yeah, she's looking for another partner. Because you've done too many things to lower your respect in her eyes. You've done way too many things to just continue to lower respect. And if she doesn't respect you, she can't love you at all. And then if she doesn't love you, basically she's indifferent towards you. And when she's indifferent towards you, she doesn't give a fuck whether you live or die. She feels nothing. You get what I'm trying to say? Girls can be obsessed with men. Yes, it does happen. Girls can be infatuated with men. Yes, it does happen. Girls can beg to see men. Yes, it does happen. You feel me? I've shown this time and time again. It is very possible. Matter of fact, go inside the CLG community and just find out for yourself. It is very possible. And this is the thing with guys, because I used to be here, right? When I was broke, I thought everybody else was broke, right? When I wasn't getting no pussy, I thought nobody else was getting pussy, right? I thought everybody was cap. When I started getting pussy, I thought everybody was getting pussy. When I started making money, I thought everybody was making money. So it just, basically what happens with a guy is, it's hard to listen to my information, because if you're not winning, it's hard to believe that guys are actually out there winning. Like, you hear about it, you be like, like, it sounds like that guy's winning, but he's probably not. Like, it's very hard for you to believe because you didn't experience it yourself. It's very difficult for you to sit back and understand that, like, yeah, it's people out there making like fucking millions a month. You know what I mean? It's people out there making, you know, just crazy amounts of money. But it's hard for you to understand because you're not making that crazy amount of money. You get what I'm trying to say? And it's so easy for you to be like, well, if I made that much, this is what I would do, this is what I would do, this is what I would do. But you don't know until you got it. You understand? Like, you just don't know. It's the same thing when it comes to having a bunch of girls. Dudes be like, man, if I had a bunch of girls, I'd be doing this. Well, you don't know until you get them. You know what I mean? You really don't know until you get them. Now, my philosophy is, I've ran across guys who make a bunch of money and don't understand women, and those guys are still miserable. To me, I personally believe it's better to understand women, get women, understand them, master them, and then get to the bag. Because if you truly understand women, you won't end up in situations like Myron has ended up with his girl. He had a girl that left him. I don't know if she left him for another man, but I know she was seeing that other guy rollerblading with him for quite some time. And Myron, not really true. Like, this is the thing about Myron. He is super, super, super smart when it comes to podcasting and things like that. But once his emotions become involved with a woman, even he can get played, because he doesn't know that even the sweet women, the sweet, kind, caring women, can be on demon time as well. So this Angie chick that he was blowing up all over social media and stuff like that, yes, when she comes to him and he's like, yeah, the reason I let her because she wanted a family and I just had to let her, get her family and get what she wanted out of it and did this and blah, 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 blah. He fell for her reality. Because you gotta understand, when a woman is done with you and she's found another guy and she's indifferent to what you think or whatever the case is, and there's nothing left in that particular situationship or relationship, she will make up any excuse that you would buy. So she's been around you long enough. She knows how to talk to you. She knows how to do everything. She will tell you anything that she believes that you will buy. This is what women do. They do it at the highest level. If she believes that you will buy the excuse, that is the way she will tell it to you, and that is the way she will word it. So she told him an excuse, which she should have known this before she started dating him. But she told him an excuse, oh, I really want to have a family. I'm getting older. I really want to have kids, so, I want to stay with you, Myron, but, because I want to have a family and kids and this and that and all of this, I don't believe that you're ready to give me that. So I'm going to, see my way out of this relationship. And Myron's like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You want kids. You want a family. You want this. No, bro. She's just trying to find a way to get out, which is cool. Don't hold her captive. I'm not telling him to hold her captive. Regardless, the outcome would have been the outcome. You get what I'm trying to say? But as far as me going online and praising her, that wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have praised her. You feel me? I'm not praising a girl for leaving me. A part of the contract that you sign up when you dealing with a guy like me is you're mine to the end of time. Even if you go find another man, you're still mine. You still belong to me. You feel me? Now I know I can't treat you serious like a main chick anymore because you have proven to me that you are willing to leave me, which is a deal breaker for me. So you can no longer fall into like the main chick category or whatever the case is. But you're still mine to the end of time. I don't care if you find a man and get married or whatever the case is. You still belong to me. Even if you cut off sexual access to me, you still belong to me. That's the way my mind works. Once I've been inside of you, once we've hooked up, once we've had sex, whatever the case is, you're mine to the end of time, bro. You get what I'm trying to say? I'm not going for none of those excuses. You not finna hit me with none of those excuses. You know what I mean? You really gonna have to physically leave me because you're never gonna get my blessing to leave. I'm never gonna look you in your eye and be like, you know what? You can leave me. That's a good point that you made. You can leave me. I don't care what point you make. Nope, you mine. Well, this is what's happening. This is what's going on. And then my sisters are saying this and that. Nope. Okay, that's cool. That's cool, but you mine, bro. So, however you want to see that, or however you want to take that, you belong to me. You know what I mean? You can call me crazy. You can call me whatever the case is. You can say whatever you want to say about me. At the end of the day, you've made the decision to hook up with me. You made the decision to rock with me. You mine until I tell you that you not. And people be like, man, that's some crazy shit. It's the truth. Now, if the shoe is on the other foot, I'm dealing with you. I don't like nothing about you. You got a nasty attitude. You this, you that, you whatever. And I just don't want to deal with you no more. Okay, you're not mine no more because I don't want you to be mine. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't want you to be mine. You just a horrible person. I don't want you in my life. I don't want nothing to do with you. You get what I'm trying to say? But if I shared sex with you, experiences, this and this, and you a solid person, and you just want to leave because whatever the case is, you think I'm hooking up with other girls, whatever the case is, whatever, girl, you mine. So you can say your piece. You can get everything off your chest. I don't believe in open relationships and you hooking around with other girls and blah, 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 da, da, da. It's like, okay, I understand. But guess what? You belong to me. I hear what you saying. Like I hear what you saying, but like I'm not listening. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? I hear you, but I'm not listening. And I be teaching this in the CLG community. Once you guys master this stuff, you will not have women problems anymore. You ever heard the Jay-Z songs where he said, I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one? Yes, that's what I'm trying to teach you niggas. And y'all niggas be like, man, Jay-Z ugly though. He ugly though. He ain't got no bitch problems though. And people be like, cause he's rich. No, Jay-Z figured out women before he got rich. He figured out women before he got rich. That's the best place to be in. He understood the manipulation games before he got rich. That's another way how you can keep your wealth. Why do you think Jay-Z didn't allow that Busby lawyer to take him down? Why do you think Jay-Z is always a couple steps ahead of everybody? Because if Jay-Z can master female manipulation, he can master manipulation from any fucking dark triad person. Whether it's male or female. Yes, more, in my opinion, more dark triad traits are from females. The reason why is because females aren't held accountable. But the males that are dark triad are really dark triad. Like they dark. So if you can avoid the manipulation from the dark triad females, you already know you can avoid it from the males. The lawyers that was coming at Jay-Z trying to mess up his legacy and do all that stuff, Jay-Z knocked that lawsuit out right quick. Because he knew what was going on from the jump. See, a lot of these guys, they never mastered females. They think they know females. They just ignorant. Like, and ignorant doesn't mean dumb. A lot of people think that the word ignorance means that you're dumb, that you have low IQ. No, ignorant means you just don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if a nigga bought a new car and the nigga said, guess the color, and I guessed the wrong color, that's because I was ignorant. I don't know what color his car is. He bought the motherfucker. You get what I'm trying to say? How I'm supposed to know what color your fucking car is? You bought it. I'm just ignorant to the color. Doesn't mean I have a low IQ. It's just ignorant. Ignorant just means you don't know. A lot of guys, they aren't dumb. They don't have low IQ. They just don't understand women. That's what this channel's for. Once you understand women, you be like, oh, fuck, damn, CJ is speaking facts. Damn, he was telling the truth. Damn, the more I care, I start showing her, damn, she just naturally stopped fucking with me. No woman will ever tell you that. Women will come to my channel and be like, that's not true. We love a man that cares for us, buys us flowers, takes us out, shows us that he adores us. Baby girl, you're talking about a man that you have so much respect for that he can make those mistakes over and over and over and over and over again before you actually lose respect for that guy. But a guy that barely met your minimum attraction threshold, he can't make those mistakes, baby. He make one of those mistakes, he's done. He's out of there. You feel me? I was just watching a story. I might show it on the next video. I was watching a story where a guy took his girlfriend out to ask her to be his girlfriend. Took her to her favorite restaurant. Got her cheesecake. You know, got her drinks. Got her all that stuff. Less than 36 hours later, she broke up with him and was sleeping with another guy. And it broke him. He said, I did everything for her, bro. I took her out. I said, yeah, nigga. What you did was lower your respect in her eyes. No matter how sweet of a girl you think she is. Doesn't matter, you know, how kind and sweet and soft and submissive her voice is. None of that shit matters. What matters is she's a female. And how females respond to guys simping over them is they naturally lose respect for you. And if her respect meets a certain threshold, which is too low for her to deal with, you're done, buddy. Yeah. She's indifferent. Yeah. She does not care about you no more. You know what I mean? But the other guy who didn't even do half of that is cracking her. He is sticking his dick inside of her. While you're the one dropping the bag, the guy that does not care about her is the one making her cream. And if you guys don't know what creaming is, jump into CLG. You'll be making girls cream. Jump into CLG. Get that process. Jump into communities. Talk to the top performers. Jump on the Q&As. Really master this part in your life. Don't give up either. Do not give up. It be always guys we want to give up right before they about to hit their breakthrough. It's like, bro, you was a couple weeks from hitting your breakthrough. You want to quit. Why? Why quit? You feel me? Because the other side is, bro, the other side is magical. Trust me. When you really get it down and you really understand that the less mistakes that you make, and you can go out to bars and clubs and hook up that night and pull and do stuff like that with girls that you find attractive, trust me, it's a different energy that you walk around with. You feel me? It's a different swag you walk around with. And don't even get me started on the money section. The gold nuggets in the money course. You feel me? I believe you should master women before you master the money. You get what I'm trying to say? Because what's the point of making all that money if a woman can just come in and take it all away? Because you don't understand women. What's the point of making all that money if a woman can come in and just take it all away? Because you don't understand women. What's the point? You get what I'm trying to say? So that's my little 2 cents for today. Tate did have some good points. Women can be loyal to guys that they aren't attracted to, but that what I mean by loyal is like they'll stay in the relationship, but that guy, she'll do the best to make that guy's life a living hell. She will not hold up her end of the bargain of the relationship. She will not hook up with the guy. She will not, love, care, nurture, respect. I mean, it'll just be a horrible existence for that guy. I've ran into too many guys that are in loveless marriages. You know what I mean? Loveless relationships. The girl won't leave him, but the girl is definitely checked out. She's definitely scanning the room for other possible candidates, and she's stepping out a couple times. But what's happening is she's trying to get the guys that she's cheating on her husband with or her man with to commit to her long term, and those guys don't want to do it. That's simple. She's trying to get them to commit to her long term, and those guys don't want to. So, you know what I mean? She got to stay with the guy that she doesn't love. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So, if you guys haven't done so already, jump into CLG. It is only $48 a month, less than $500 a year, with a 20% discount. And then once you jump in, just send me a DM. We'll jump on a 101. I'll help you with whatever problems that you specifically need help with. And then as well as all of that, you also get access to the Hard 30. That'll teach you guys a lot. You know what I mean? And I honestly believe every guy should do a Hard 30, especially if they're struggling with women for any reason. And without further ado, bro, I'm out. Peace.